What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Gartrell back with another episode for No Lift Garage. This is episode 3 for the track prep series for the BMW M4. If you're not aware, make sure you check out our other videos, and while you're at it, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. So today is actually the biggest day because we're going to be fixing the biggest flaw on the S55 motor. And if you're privy to, S55 knowledge, you know that that's the crank hub, which I have here from Vargas Turbo. Shout out to them. All their stuff is in the description below. They do sales every once in a while, so this can be a little bit affordable with 10 or 15% off. But I'm gonna show you the part and explain a little bit, just a little bit, about what is the actual problem with the motor, so you can kind of understand what we're actually fixing here. And I'll also get the shop tech that's gonna be doing the job to explain a little bit more when I'm coming to pick up the car, because I am dropping it off. I'm not going to be helping him or staying. It's about a day to a day and a half job to do. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So first off, they send you a package and it has a little lanyard and some gummy bears, which is pretty cool. And there's their card on the back. Hopefully you can see that. I'll put it in the description below anyway. But yeah, the big fuss is over this piece here. I'm gonna unwrap it, so give me 2 seconds. This, if this will focus, is the Vargas crank hub. So now the differences between this and the stock one that we'll show you later on is that this comes splined. So if you see the splines on the end of that, that will actually twist into your crank hub, if I'm correct. If there was any signs of slipping, helping it hold a lot better, as well as this piece usually comes as a separate sprocket altogether, and I believe they go to your oil and cam timing. There's another ring that's supposed to sit on the other side of here, but this one is pretty important. I believe this might be the timing one. And the fact that it becomes one piece instead of 3 separate pieces, held only together by the pressure of the bolt that goes back in here, as well as a metal kind of like washer that sits here with dimples to hold it in place. That is literally the only 2 things holding your crank hub in the S55 and N55 together. But with this, we have it as one solid piece, as well as a machine piece to help spline into the crank hub if there was ever any signs of slippage under high torque. We also have the capture bolt kit. It's the rest of the stuff in here. But that's pretty much the main difference between this and the factory one. The factory one is known to go after you get tuned, so that is the reason that we haven't been getting tuned with all the mods that I've been putting on, especially when I could make power with those mods. But after this gets done, we should be able to put this thing on the dyno and actually get it properly tuned. Maybe even run some E85 and get big numbers. And hopefully this will all be ready for this coming Sunday at the Roll Race Invitational. So I'm gonna try my best to get all the monies together and get that done, because I really, really want to be competitive when I'm there. Even though I'm going there just for fun, it would be nice to know that my car can stack up with some of the bigger boys, you know what I mean? So anyway, let's get over to the shop and let's get this install going. What is up, guys? So I'm back here. We're at Mpire Performance with Johnny, the shop owner, and we're diving right into putting in this new crank hub for the car. So far, you get the valve cover removed and everything that's in the way of it. That includes all the fuel lines, charge cooler, charge pipes, everything like that. And this is where we're at right now. Sorry if there's a lot of noise going on in the background. As you can see right there, that's the stock crank hub. That's the bolt that holds it in place, and everything on the other side of the assembly is the crank hub. So pretty soon he's going to be setting up the timing tool and everything so that we can keep time in place. And then when he removes the actual crank hub, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the difference between the Vargas Turbo one and the stock one. So this way we can give you a better picture of just exactly what goes wrong on the motor. But stay tuned, guys, we're almost there. And for any of you that want to actually get this job done on your M4, M3, F80, F82, 87 or any car that needs a crank hub, you can come and check out Mpire Performance. All the stuff is in the description below. He has unbeatable prices for parts and labor. Really does quality work, and you should definitely support small business. So definitely check out Johnny's stuff. It's all in the description at Mpire Performance, and you can set up an appointment and get your car done today. So stay tuned. Alright, so basically this is the stock crank hub assembly. So as you can see, this sprocket spins individual of the hub itself, and this little metal washer here, excuse me, is all that holds the second sprocket from spinning when it's under load. This is like a kind of like a friction washer. So these are supposed to be moving in time. So these are supposed to, so the two sprockets, there's one here and there's one that's where obviously, well, I don't know where it is actually, but they spin in time. One is the oil sprocket and the other one is for your crankshaft timing. Now what happens is, usually when you're tuned, it does happen in stock cars though, what'll happen is this will spin out of time with the other sprocket. This will cause you to possibly jump timing, and this could, if the engine continues to run, bring the pistons into contact with your valves, and that's when you need a motor rebuild. A lot of people get lucky, but why risk it, you know? If it's preventative and you can pretty much save your motor, which can run you about 13 G's or 9 to 10 G's or more, depending on what shop you go to, this is a quick fix. Okay, so what is up, YouTube? It has been about a week and a half since I've gotten the crank hub finally done on this car, and I honestly just have to say I have zero complaints. First of all, Mpire Performance really held it down. Not only did he install the crank hub on his own, but he actually tightened up a few things on the car all around, from little things ranging from literally these clips I was missing but now I have again. He also installed the J pipe that I had for the car, which actually came with the Burger Motorsports charge pipes that I was having some issues to put on, but now they're on. Now it's on, and it's got the tape and everything on it, so it looks really good. And it is reflecting that heat, because every time I've touched any of these parts after driving hard, especially now, I don't burn myself like I used to. It's definitely doing its job. And just all around, like, you fixed a boost leak for me that I actually had, so the car pulls a lot better now. Even from just ranging from, like, if you see right there, there's like a little zip tie on it, just like rearranging the way like some wires were put on that I put on myself. Not that they were in terrible places and that it wasn't working, but he just all around fixed up the car. Another thing that I also pointed out in the last video was this was rubbing on the coolant pipe. It is no longer rubbing because we've bent this pipe. Check out that video, by the way, of the install. It is pretty good. I might actually put a spacer here as well, just to give it a little, that extra bit of clearance, but it is a thing that comes close on most of these front mount intakes. So shout out to him for actually doing that. Besides doing that, all that, he also noticed that I had a leak coming from the valve cover. The valve cover was replaced with a new one. It doesn't leak anymore. So he really just all around, like, make sure the car was tip top before I left that shop that day. And honestly, I couldn't be happier. The car looks great, besides from a little bit of dirt that I got on it. But yeah, I'm just really happy with it all the way around. I've had zero problems with the car. I've literally beat this car since I've gotten the crank hub done. Not on purpose, but to test it, to make sure that it's actually gonna hold up on the track. So I am just about ready. There's a couple other things, 2 other videos I'm gonna put out before we go to the track, and they should be good. They're all right. Sorry that I've been slacking. I know I could post more. I have a couple videos literally in the works. I just haven't gotten around to actually finishing editing them and uploading them, so I apologize on that note. But other than that, we're ready, pretty much. I don't know if we're going to be able to get tuned before we go to the track. I've been trying to get in contact with this guy named Felix Medina. He's over in New York. I mean, not New York, New Jersey, sorry. And I'm planning on getting this car tuned not via boot mod like everyone and their mother has, but ECU Tech. And for a couple of reasons. They have true flex fuel for this car, so I can actually run a sensor and run whatever blend I actually want with the car, and the tune will adjust on the fly. Also, it comes with preset maps that my tuner can make and have uploaded literally by just pressing a button on the steering wheel. So on the fly map switching is a big thing for me. I'm not the type of guy who likes to go somewhere and think, oh, I want to put E85 in the car. I gotta reflash the ECU, let me wait 5 to 10 minutes for this thing to do it. What if I don't have a signal or whatever, you know? And just carrying around a laptop is tedious work. I'd rather just carry around my phone or a tablet, be able to check everything and adjust things on the fly. And, you know, we'll do a full video on that and, you know, the tuning and everything in the dyno day. Hopefully the actual roll race invitational got pushed back. Well, it didn't get pushed back, it happened, but I didn't go because I couldn't get tuned. I wanted to get tuned first. So I'm going to the second day, which is in August. So a couple weeks away, and we'll be ready then, hopefully. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you want to get the crank hub done in your car, make sure you check out Mpire Performance. All the stuff is in the description below. Also, in general, if you don't go with Mpire Performance, make sure you get this done to your S55 engine, because there's no telling when these things can go at all. It's either you get it, it happens to you, or it doesn't, but why take the risk? You know what I mean? So there's a couple different options out there for you. Vargas is the one I went with. It's a little bit cheaper, but it's still effective, and I haven't heard any bad reviews with them. And they also have Max PSI and Gintani or something like that. There's 3 different solutions. I think one of those you have to get the crank drilled, which I believe it's the second one that I mentioned, Max PSI. But just get it done, guys. Just get it done. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Make sure you keep staying motivated. Can't stress that enough, because I almost lost a little bit of motivation not putting out these videos. But peace out. See you in the next one.